I have a testimony today. I want to give a testimony that is of provision. If you can hear my testimony to the end, you will know that God will surely bless you, provide for you at that lowest point, at the last time. There's that time when you think you cannot move on, you're alone, no one cares, and you cannot do it. There is a God that can get you from that level. So I remember very well when I was boarding my flight. I'm from Uganda and this is my passport. So I want you to know that the testimony is real and really God did it. So the time came, I was boarding my flight, going to one point of country. So when I reached at my airport, my flight was in the middle of the night, not even in the middle. I was going to take off almost in the morning, like 5 o'clock. When I checked in, when it was still early, like at 10. When I reached at the airport, I waited. Then we started checking in. I entered with my luggages and everything. When I reached at the airport, remember this time it is almost morning. The flight is almost. And you know what happened? When I presented my documents and my passport, one of the attendants told me that you cannot take the flight tonight because the money you are having isn't enough. I was taking a flight for business and I needed to present the money that stands in the money that of the business ticket. Okay, I can say it like that. I told them that I'm going, but I'm going to find the rest of the money the other side. They said it cannot happen. You have to present the money right now and right now. Remember, it's at night. No, everyone is sleeping. Everyone I know is sleeping. My parents are sleeping. My sisters are sleeping. My brothers are sleeping. I couldn't ask anyone money. Remember this time around, it is like 4 in the morning. Yes, 4 in the morning. So I got stuck and I couldn't know what I could add on. There's someone I knew at the airport. I told him that, can you help me? He said, no, if you don't have that money, you cannot travel. And I remember there's one person that dropped me at the airport. The one who dropped me, he was still outside. I called him. He told me that you cannot raise that money so quickly. You cannot raise that money. And I really heard him really well that it is impossible. So meaning that my flight is going to be cancelled. My flight is going to be cancelled. I'm not going anywhere. Like totally, I'm not going anywhere. So what I did, I sat and I started thinking. Everyone was checking in. Everyone was presenting their things. People were getting ready for their flight to take off. People going to South Africa, London, UK. There were very many people were traveling. And I said, God, what am I going to do at this time when everyone has given up on me? What am I going to go? Then I just remembered the verse the Bible tells us in Psalms 121, where the Bible tells us that I look upon the mountains and hills, where shall my help come from? I remember the word that David responded saying that my help shall come from the Lord. I remember so well. That was my first time, my really first time to believe God for extraordinary, to believe God at the last point, at the last hour. That is what I did. I believed God. Everyone moved. Everyone moved. I was left alone. When I was still standing there, everyone told me, it's okay, you can go, you will get the flight back again, you will come again, you will come another time. Anyway, remember they are cancelling it. And I said, no, God, this won't happen to me. And I'm not going back home. I'm not going back home, whether I have money or no. Remember, I needed the money in dollars. I needed to present the money that I needed in dollars. So this time around, I was having a few dollars that I had in hand, but I really needed a sum of good money. So this is me, left alone. Everyone left me. And I said, what am I going to do now? And I just got silent. I switched off my phone. I didn't want to talk to anyone again. What I did, I just played to God like never before. There's that time where you play to God like never before. You play and you feel yourself you have connected with Him. That is what I did. And you know what? When everyone has moved on, I was still standing. And there's this guy that came, was from Uganda. I looked at him. He was looking so ugly. He was shabby. He was not looking good. And he came and asked me, what are you waiting for? And I told him that I have a flight today, even in 1 hour, but I still lack money. And I don't find myself in a position of raising that money in a short while. And this guy said that, wait a minute, let me come. He was a Muslim, I remember very well. I looked at the people, the white people, Bazungu. I thought maybe someone will help me, but no, it wasn't them. Most of the times where I expect help, it isn't where it comes from. God has His own ways. So I waited for this guy to come. He went and asked his friend. They came too. He asked him, bring me all the money you have in your pocket. And the friend asked, why are you taking my money? He said, no, don't ask me anything. Don't ask me anything. Just bring the money you have, all of it. Bring it. We give it to this girl and let her take her flight. See, this is good. They got all the money they had in their pockets. It was in dollars. It was even my first time to touch on dollars, like in a lot of good amount. And this time, they are giving me the money. They gave me the money. I presented the money and my passport and my documents, and they stamped it, and I was free to go. I was free to go or to move on. I really got amazed by God. That was the day when I knew that when every other person has left you, God is there for you. He cannot leave you. He cannot abandon you regardless of anything. He just needs you to stand and show Him that you are my provider. He will surely provide. Let me tell you something. The other man that was supposed to help me, he came back again. He saw me almost moving. He said, wait. He said, what happened? I told him I raised the money. He said, how? I said, God. He said, surely, maybe it's God. But you know what? I want you to take my testimony in your life and know that even at the last hour, when you are standing alone, God is not leaving you alone. You are still with Him. If this testimony was really somehow useful, consider subscribing to the channel and let us testify together. Basically, I've started this channel for testimonies, to collect testimonies, so that the testimonies, they can really be many, and we just raise the flag of God very high. So just know that this is first part of my testimony. There's a second part of my testimony that is going to pop up after this video, because there's something that again happened when I reached the other side, and God did it again. Let me tell you, the God that did something for you once is the very God that is going to do something again and again, because He never changes. See you. God bless you. I love you, and God loves you more than I do. Remember, you can, you will,